What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. So last night when I was live, a few people got at me and said that the channel Santos G or Santo G, I don't remember which one is Santos G or Santo G. His channel got demonetized. And this morning I watched the video. And it's unfortunate, man. Like, I couldn't imagine how that feels. It recently happened to Gunner. I think it happened to Milk, and he won his appeal. I could be wrong. And now it's happened to Santos G. There's a few things that struck me on Santos G thing. And so I wanted to use this as an opportunity to help other YouTubers. Not that I have all the answers and that I can't mess up, but I try not to. First thing, reuse content. Reuse content. So Santos G said, if you look at my channel, I think he said something along the lines of like 95% of his channel is, well, you can't have even one video that's reused. That's the thing. It only takes one video. So anybody that reuses other people's content, you got to understand your content is protected. My content is protected. Everyone's content is protected. This video cannot be downloaded and then uploaded and put on another channel just as is. There has to be a reaction to it. It has to have been modified from its original form. It can't be in its original form just played, because then you're using my content to make money, or you're using someone else's content to make money. So you have to stop. You have to comment on it. A lot of time you see when I do my reaction videos, I make the content that I'm reacting to. Normally, I make it smaller than me. So it's obvious it's a reaction. You can also put in the title reaction. There's things you can do, right? So anybody whose thing is using other people, look. There's a couple other platforms that I'm waiting to see if something happens to them, because I see what they're doing, especially their short game. Your shorts can get you destroyed. It can get your money froze for 90 days on them shorts. If it's somebody else's stuff, you can find yourself in trouble. Now, that said, Santos G has, I think, 47,000 subscribers. I believe it's something like that, right? And he said that he's making $900 a month. To me, that's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing that you have that many, and that's the amount of money that you're making. And so I made sure I looked at your channel, Santos. And this is for anybody. There are people that have 1,000 subscribers that are making thousands. Okay. Our genre, the genre that I'm in, and unfortunately, Santos, I don't like the prison genre, but unfortunately they have a genre like that and they pinned us in it. I feel like mine's a lifestyle channel. I speak about the lifestyle that I had and I apply it to out here. People say, oh, well, you're always talking about prison, of course. Well, that's the way I live. If I would have been a construction worker my whole life out here, I would talk about construction, right? Anyways, Santos G at 47,000, nearly 50, over 40,000, period. He should be making 8 to 10 times the amount a month. So I went and I looked. For anybody that wants to make money on YouTube, let me tell you something right now. Titles. The titles are important. Titles and thumbnails. If you have weak titles and weak thumbnails, you will not see the results that you would if you tighten that up. Now, titles, you have to think What are people searching when they get on YouTube? They type something and they're looking for a specific thing a lot of times. Unless you're just going to pop up on their feed, you're trying to grab new people all the time. That's how you grow your channel, right? And you want to title your video something that someone is searching and have yours pop up. But when it pops up, your thumbnail has to reinforce the title. Your thumbnail has to be catchy. It has to catch the attention. It has to make them like, damn, what's this about? And click on it. If your title is weak and unsearchable, they're not going to find it that way. If they're scrolling through YouTube and your thumbnail doesn't pique interest, they just keep scrolling. In our genre, every different genre pays at a different pay scale, right? As far as advertising. Right now, it's, YouTube is feast and famine, ebb and flow, right? And right now, we're in famine mode. The economy's not the best. People are really pinching their pennies right now because of the way how expensive things are. They're choosing very wisely, hopefully, what they're spending their money on. They're spending their money on necessities rather than wants, rather than desires. And so advertisers aren't spending as much money to advertise when they feel like the consumer isn't going to consume what they're advertising, right? And so they're very picky on who they're going to advertise with and how much they're willing to put in their advertising budget. Knowing that, you got to understand that our genre is one of the least paying genres on YouTube. And so getting those clicks is extremely important because you want to solidify your position in your genre. If you're not getting views, you are not in that genre the one that they want to focus on. I've heard a lot of people say they like Santos G. I've only watched one video of his. Two. I watched the one where everybody told me he was co-signing Wes Watson. I didn't really see a co-sign, but I mean, technically, when you speak up for someone or speak on someone's behalf, speak of them, that's co-signing. In prison, that would be considered a co-sign. I saw that one, and then I saw this one. And I saw someone who's really stressed, and I get it. But I also saw he made another video where he's back to work. Great example. That's a great example. But I wanted to you guys go over there and check it out. He's not making no money. He's asking for whoever can afford it to help him out. He had, that $900 he was banking on that he was counting on was for his rent. And these times, things are rough, man. So if anybody can, go over there, watch the video and help him out. $5, $10, $20, whatever it is. But back to YouTube content creators. Right now is a hard time in YouTube. The views are down across the board. Across the board, I feel like everybody's views are pretty much cut in half. I'm still lucky that I'm getting 10,000 views a day on average. But there's times where I have to put out 2 videos on a channel to get that. That's the big channel. The smaller channel, it fluctuates a lot. But right now, like I've looked in the genre just to see, and I see the views are down for everybody. And like I said, when I go through my RPM, my CPM and my RPM, the money per million, money per 1,000 views, it's pretty much cut in half as well. And so this is an opportunity for people to prove to YouTube that they're going to keep working. They're a great business partner, because at the end of the day, that's what we are. We are business partners with YouTube. If the going gets tough and you say, I'll come back when the economy picks up, they're not going to push your channel ever again. You bailed on them. You cut them loose. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this one to a close, because I have an interview that I'm supposed to be doing in a few minutes. I also have another video that I want to do. Something I'm blown away by. And so I want to get to those 2 videos. But I'm going to put this out right now. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, right? I'm out of here.